Okay, guys, I'm starting all over. You don't know what I'm talking about? Like, what do you mean starting over? Yeah, I was recording already, and the camera just, I saw it minimize itself. And when I was like, where did the camera go? And then I clicked the little icon, and it had went back to zero. I don't know what that was about, but Mercury is in shadow, although it went direct last week. So maybe that's what something happened to do with Mercury retrograde. I had just started shuffling cards. Justice fell out. The Lovers fell out. The Lovers does represent the sign of Gemini, and so maybe that has to do with Mercury, and that's whatever. What else had I talked about? I talked about the fact that today's the 20th, the day on which I'm doing this reading, and Mars entered Leo. So we can get more into that as the reading goes along, but it has to do with us wanting more attention. We're going to be like, we might be craving attention during this transit. And when you get it, of course, your ego's fed and you feel good, but when you don't, your feelings are hurt. Um, and it's a good time to like sort of examine our need for ego, like to maybe find some balance. Like, why is it so important that I'm so proudful and prideful and confident and maybe not vulnerable and to start examining that kind of things. So like I said, I had been shuffling or pulling some cards. Justice flew out, the Lovers flew out, Eight of Wands in the bottom of the deck. I was just trying to see if there was anything we needed to start out with, because I'm probably going to be talking about the moon, black moon, Lilith and Taurus, the new moon that just occurred yesterday. Had mentioned that I haven't really seen anybody else talking about the fact that it was a black moon. King of Pentacles just fell out. Um, but I want to talk about that. And Black Moon Lilith really in Taurus can just be about it can be possessive, a possessive energy. So you may find yourself being possessive or somebody being possessive over you, or you wanting to cling to your material things. And as I say that, look what just fell out, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Cling to your material things, maybe, world in the bottom of the deck. Um, but maybe, and look now, temperance, so balance. Um, yeah, I was gonna say maybe we need to find some balance rather than um like being overly excited about material things, but that's what it can be about. What else I want to tell you about back from Florence? Because it's not just about being possessive. It can also be about just really enjoying like the finer things in life. The danger, because it is Black Moon Lilith, and so of course that there's a caveat to it, is like overindulging or too much like self-indulgence or overindulgence. We got to be careful about that. Also, a very like sexy, sensual energy. So you may find yourself in that kind of mood because Venus rules Taurus. So now Venus and Lilith, you know what I mean? Um, let's see. I like to pull six cards. We got one, two, three, four, five. One more. Whoop. Two came. No, three. They're face down. I'm gonna put them back. I'll tell you what they are. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So something fated, destined, or the time is now. The time is right for something. Nine of Swords in reverse. You're going to move past your fear, maybe because you're realizing the time is now. And Seven of Wands, defending yourself, protecting yourself. So we need, I was going to say one more. There it is. And it is that Eight of Wands with Major Arcana card, Judgment, on the back, on the bottom of the deck. So, story we're starting out with. Give me 1 second. Okay, because we have Justice, Judgment, and the Lovers here, um, there could be something about an actual judgment, like a legal judgment, justice, and again in a legal situation. And we have the Lovers here, which is also about a decision, often like a heart versus head decision. So I think for some, not all, some kind of relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it could definitely be romantic. It could even be a marriage that maybe you had been hesitant to dissolve before, possibly because of money, possibly because you didn't want to have to split your assets, you didn't want to have to do any of that. But now ready to move forward. okay, toward your happiness because you decided as, maybe emotionally tied to this person as you had been at some time in your life. Um, if it's not a person, like I said, it could be like a business or job. With the King of Pentacles, he could represent an actual person, maybe an earth sign, like the Taurus new moon, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or it could represent like an energy of, the energy of abundance of money and credit. If you apply for credit, you may get justice served in that way so that you can move forward with something, maybe even a vehicle purchase or motorcycle purchase or something involving a move, for a home, some sort of contract being solved. Maybe you're deciding to move away from your family home, or from mom and dad or your siblings, and you're going to get your own place. So this is going toward happiness, but it involves a severing of something else and possibly having to, like let go of some of our material belongings and just sort of prioritizing maybe, life and happiness, perhaps love above all that other stuff. Gemini is also the sign of like siblings. Oh, that reminds me. Did you guys see the thing with Jerry Springer? Remember last week, well, the past a few times, maybe like the past several weeks, I've been talking about a father. Last week I had seen specifically a father that he was walking away from his kids, or he had walked away from his kids. I wasn't sure. Well, Jerry Springer did. They showed his video, will and testament, last will and testament, where he had changed his will, and apparently he had these two half black kids that he never took care of because his wife, the mother of his two white kids, wouldn't allow him to, or they had some kind of deal. Um, but he decided that in his death, he was going, since he had taken care of her and her kids or their kids together, their whole lives, he was just going to give them like a house or two, and he was leaving all his other assets to these two black kids that he never took care of, in their life. Um, so it could have been something like that. Like you've walked away. 'Cause I saw money. Remember, I talked about all of this stuff. Um, and I said, alternatively, if it's the other side, if it's like more negative, then it can be about like somebody trying to use kids to get money out of a man or something. Maybe it's not his kids, and so you got to check DNA. I wrote that even on the videos, the little thumbnail. I just wrote DNA. Like you got to check DNA. You find out if these are your kids. Um, so that happened. A couple of you contacted me with stories about stuff. One of my clients said her baby daddy has like six kids, and one's definitely not his, and um, possibly others. Uh, so yeah, a couple calls for that, and then there was something else that I had seen that I meant to tell you all about. And I was like, oh, as a matter of fact, I shared it. I shared it on my Facebook. This guy paid for his stepdaughter's wedding, and the stepdaughter wants to actually have her deadbeat, father that never did anything for her walking down the aisle. And looking at it, it seemed like the stepfather was getting a really raw deal. Well, come to find out, he's not even really the stepfather. He never married the mother, and they've been together over 10 years. So that made me like, he's calling her his stepdaughter, but he never married her mother. So she's not really his stepdaughter. Why not? Um, and then he was like, I paid $40,000 for this and I paid $50,000 for that. So he was throwing around like a lot of big numbers. So obviously you have money. This is not like you used your last dime to pay for these things. You have money. If you have, several times over, you're able to do stuff with a few zeros behind it. So five-figure stuff, over and over again. So maybe you've been using your money to like control them and you just got out finessed. Because I wanted to fully empathize with him. And at first I was watching it, but then, you know, like as he started saying things, because he was calling her the stepdaughter the whole time, then all of a sudden he reveals that it's his girlfriend, not his wife. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Something ain't right. Me to be a meme, but that's how I felt. I was like, that's what? Um, so I'm just wondering. But anyway, but like scenarios like that is what I've been seeing. So this looks a lot more positive. It looks like a conscious decision to sever ties with someone. So it could be a familiar relationship, a business partnership, a romantic relationship, including a wedding. It may involve an actual legal situation. But Gemini does represent, like I said, siblings. So this can also have to do maybe with um, your parents having left you something, and there's a judgment, and there's justice for you. A case finally moves forward. Maybe your parents' estate, or um, sometimes when people die, maybe they didn't have a will and it gets tied up for a long time. And so there's like probate and stuff. Maybe something's finally being settled for somebody. If none of those scenarios apply, let me just go through these cards again because they're positive cards. Justice, the Lovers, the Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. So there's communication. It is positive communication. It may have something to do with your love life, maybe even a soulmate, and happiness. So that could be what you're moving toward. Sorry, my phone, the past several readings I've done, my phone is like blowing up. My kids, it's my sister, it's everybody. I apologize. So, what was I saying? It was distracting me, and so I had to look and answer. But now I'm distracted again. What the hell was I saying? Okay, so I was talking about these justice cards. So if it's not a legal situation or a contractual situation, things could just finally be going your way. Maybe they had not been going your way before, and maybe you felt like you had to be sort of miserly and hold on to every penny because maybe financially there were some difficulties. But again, the King of Pentacles is here, so there's an indication that that's going to be freeing up. With the Lovers, there could be a heart versus head decision. Maybe you're deciding which job to take, which move to make. But again, everything is very positive here with Judgment on the bottom of the deck, Justice upright here as well, and the Ten of Cups showing up. Definitely be a card about moving toward happiness, whatever that means for you. And it may involve an actual King of Pentacles, an actual Gemini for the Lovers, or perhaps a Libra with Justice. Yeah. And with the High Priestess that I had seen as I was shuffling, um, maybe it involves a situation where you're in separation from somebody. Maybe they were with someone else, possibly even married or in some kind of family situation. Something, there was some kind of obstacle, or maybe money was the problem, some kind of obstacle or block. Could be also difference underneath the card that was at the bottom of the deck. When I picked that up, underneath there was the Three of Wands in reverse, and sometimes the Three of Wands can be about distance, um, like in space between you. So it's possible the person wants to come and visit you, or will have you visit them, or meet up somewhere, or travel with you. But you may have been out in like separation before, in which case communication is about to come because again the Eight of Wands was there. But I got a lot of movement from that Eight of Wands, maybe because of the motorcycle that was at the bottom. And so they may look adjudication on the bottom of the deck. So something legal is going on for somebody. And in this case, it is a female figure and a male figure in front of a judge. So again, it could be divorce. Look, do you hear my phone? It just buzzing. It just buzzed itself off the desk. Okay. Yeah, because I just picked up these other cards sort of randomly and started pulling some of them. And that adjudication on the bottom of the deck again. So something legal is definitely going on for someone, or contractual, or serious, or they're making a serious decision themselves. In the bottom of the deck here we have official person. Mature woman just popped out. I really don't like this woman because I've been seeing a lot of things about mature woman. I've been posting on my Facebook. Those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, you know that I've said the mature woman, might be up to different things. I've posted several different things. All right, so we got mature woman here. Official person on the bottom of the deck. Mature woman, high honor, unexpected income. Why didn't I show you high honor? Let me show it to you. I do like how they're allowing me to show you the cards tonight. House, gift, which I started talking about a moment ago, or when I first started the reading, I said, when I was talking about the high priestess, and that's something I said, they may want to give you a gift because that was something I had seen. Um, and then despair. So this person is worried. He's worried. He's got his dog down here. He may be feeling like he's lost his best friend, although his best friend is right here. So there could be somebody watching, or this could be about you. You know, somebody could be feeling this way about you, like they've lost their best friend, and of course, not realizing that you're still there for them, or you could be feeling this way. And same thing that in that case, the person is still there for you. One of you is going to have to reach out. But like so, we also have gift. How happened again? Camera turned itself off. I don't know what's going on. But I have despair in my hand, gift, house, unexpected income, high honor, mature woman with official person at the bottom of the deck. I think this mature woman has either been an obstacle or maybe even working some sort of dark, magic or sending dark energy, evil eye, whatever, to try to prevent you from moving on, prevent somebody from moving on, perhaps. And that's why they're in despair with their head down. This could be her son. This might be the masculine, and this could be his mother or mother-in-law, maybe, or some other sort of old. Or maybe his woman is older than him. She doesn't have to be old. Or maybe she's older than him. Or maybe she's older than you. Again, she doesn't have to be old. So if you're 40, maybe she's 45. Like that sort of thing. Um, and she's up to something. But I feel like this is somebody who's, so maybe his mother, who's been in his ear about his official person, who he would like to be his official person, who he would like to present with a gift, maybe even like an engagement ring or something. Um, you know, and so that high honor upon some lucky man or woman. Um, provide for them, got the house here. They're going to be extremely abundant. But I think that this woman has been speaking against it or doing something against it. She's an obstacle to this, and she's why his head is hanging. And she may have caused him to walk away. This may be coming into play with the high priestess again in the separation that I was saying. She may have caused him to walk away, and that may be why he feels like he's lost his best friend, or I left my best friend behind because of you, and I'm sick about it. I didn't want to do that. So that's another story that is playing out here. Grabbing another tarot deck with the King of Swords in the bottom of the deck. He has his knife down, his sword down. Not only down, but like it's stuck into the ground. So he have to like pull it out. It's just indicating he's not ready to fight. He doesn't want to fight. He probably wants to communicate. He's got his bird here with him. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, predominantly Libra is the King of Swords. Then we got the Page of Wands. So this could also be an energy and not have anything to do with an actual person. It could be tied to that Libra energy. And again, not fighting, communicating, working something out, and coming to, an agreement, a judgment, a decision. Strength is the next card on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to give these a shuffle. Oh, look, and I just opened. This is a different deck that I had before, and I just opened to another Three of Wands in reverse. And there's that same bird. It's like a hawk. Um, it's in flight in this picture, but it's in flight kind of in reverse. So there may be like a person. Um, here there's the distance, and the guy looks like he has his arm out for the bird to come to him. But in reverse, maybe he has sent it out to you, and it could be about again wanting to travel to you. So far, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and here's more of that with the Queen of Wands. It's a part of confidence and pride. Could be here because of Perhaps the Mars in Leo transit that we talked about, which is today. Queen of Cups behind her, also upright. Here comes the water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Two of Wands behind her. So I think that for most, this is a relationship reading turning into a love reading, and about somebody wanting to reduce the distance between you. Now, that's not saying, look, Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck again now. That's not saying they're going to want to move to you. They may just want to visit you. They may have some sort of proposal for you. They may want to travel to you and give you a gift. Again, maybe even potentially like an engagement ring or something, or ask you to move with them, come live with them in their house. That abundance. Here's another Eight of Wands. This is a different Eight of Wands, a different deck. So again, more communication. The other Eight of Wands had the motorcycle on the bottom, so it was about movement. This one does appear to be about love, shot with the arrow. I think I'll just take the cards off the top. We have the Ten of Wands. I'm going to do an old-fashioned Queen of Swords spread. So that's going to be crowning the masculine. Is the Ten of Wands. Surrounding him is the Page of Wands. And in his subconscious, the Four of Swords. So the separation. So with the Ten of Wands, where did the camera go? Okay. The Ten of Wands. Notice all of the wands, nine of the wands are on the floor. He's holding one. So it's kind of like an Ace of Wands. So it's like a new beginning that's crowning him. And the way that he's sitting there, it's like that's what he's thinking about. And I think he wants to take the opportunity that appears to be presenting himself. And now here he is again with only one wand. Take the opportunity that's presenting itself to pursue possibly a relationship. He's coming out of a break period, out of a recovery period where maybe he had had his heart broken before, or he was sad, or it was a three-party situation. I spoke too soon. I said they were letting me show you all the cards, and now here we go with this stuff. Um, Three-party situation, Three of Swords, but there's restoration, there's recovery with the Four of Swords. So he's feeling better. I think he wants to move towards something. Let's see what's crowning the feminine. It's that Two of Wands. So far, a lot of wands or fire energy. This could be the Jupiter that is again stationed in Taurus till 2024. Jupiter, the planet of luck, growth, expansion, opportunity. In Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, love, abundance, money. That's what Taurus rules, the second house. So it's earned income and abundance of that nature. Surrounding energy for the feminine, the King of Swords. He's back. I'm just taking the cards right off the top. Remember with that Eight of Wands at the bottom. The feminine subconscious, we have Judgment. So we're seeing a lot of the same cards. Again, it's a different deck though. Judgment is also a card of second chances. I didn't talk about that before, but maybe you had an opportunity before that you didn't take, or that went left. Maybe you guys had come together. If it is a romantic situation, you had come together, things had been going well, and then all of a sudden there was a separation that probably didn't make sense, like, just abrupt, and things pause, and now there's a desire to move again, or with the energy desires to move again. Crowning in the middle, the Queen of Cups, definitely love. She's one of the most loving romantic cards in the deck. She's, a nurturer, an OD nurturer, sometimes to a fault, sometimes so much so that she forgets herself. At the root, we have the Queen of Wands. She too is back. And at the heart of the matter, the Five of Cups, so disappointment. So maybe this is, in fact, two women. Two women. Or the three-way situation could have been that maybe you're bisexual and you had a woman and a man, because we've got two queens and a king here. And then ultimately we have crowning the feminine, a female and a male. So it's like one of the women is out. Whoever's woman she was, or whatever role she played. She could also be the mature woman, perhaps, and like I said, somebody's mother or something. But she's removed. That third energy is removed from the equation. But at the heart of the matter, we have the Five of Cups. There's been a lot of disappointment, a lot of hurt, a lot of loss, and there's a sense of kind of like, where do we go from here? Although in the feminine energy, there's, at least in her subconscious, she does feel that they have a second chance. And with the masculine, he is wanting to return from, separation and to reunite. Let's see if we can clarify that Five of Cups. And the next card, again, I'm just pulling from the top of the deck. The next card is the Six of Cups. So not only do we clarify it, we went up to from the Five of Cups to the Six, so we made a progression there from the Five to the Six, and of course, Six is the Six of Cups in particular is about not only soulmate relationships, sometimes about children, siblings, but I think that this is very clearly a love situation that's playing out here. So could have to do with going back to somebody from your past, possibly an ex, again, a second chance, or if it's not an actual ex, somebody from your past that maybe you were going to try to date or something before and it never really took off. And so now you're getting that second opportunity to go at it again and see if you can make an actual go of it. I'm yet another deck now, traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, with the Page of Pentacles in the bottom. And I do want to use these to see if we can get maybe some answers about money this week, and in light of the, oh, look at the, I don't know if you guys saw the Ace of, I don't know if you guys saw the card fly up. It's the Ace of Wands that flew up. Money in light of the new moon is another Two of Wands that I just opened to. This one, the man is alone. He's looking out into the horizon. He has faith that, he's going to be able to make something happen, maybe give somebody the world, hold the world in his hands. Here's another Four of Swords. Again, this is a different deck with the cards are just repeating themselves over and over. So I'm gonna try to look at money this time, but I don't know. Looks like they want us to talk about love. Look, love again. The bottom of the deck, the King of Cups. Let me cut. Let's see what happens if I cut. House. Well, what happened when I cut is that I lost y'all. The camera shut itself off. I don't know what's happening. Okay, Lovers at the bottom of the deck now. So cards still repeating themselves. Let's see if we can get some cards about money. What's our money situation gonna look like this week, and maybe even the week after because of the new moon, or this week, and in consideration also of the new moon. Ten of Pentacles is the first card that flew out. So our money situation is looking pretty good, and maybe it hadn't always been. Maybe it hadn't been recently. This guy's looking pretty weathered, pretty beaten down. Like, I don't got much more money. I don't know how I'm gonna keep this together much longer. I need some help. Well, help is on the way. Ten of Pentacles is here. All right, what else? What else you got for us? I'm excited now. Ace of Swords. Yes, new beginning. Some sort of maybe a letter is coming in. Sir, you are the winner of the sweepstakes clearance. I don't know why that came out. But the Ace of Swords is about clarity, it's about new beginnings. It is about new beginnings oftentimes on the like heels of some sort of difficulty. It's also a card of victory and success. So it could be some sort of, win. And again, with Jupiter in play in a money house, no less. Maybe it is about winning money in a sweepstakes or something, a lotto. If you feel lucky, maybe you should play. You got to be in it to win it. So we have the Eight of Swords. There is a fear and feeling of being trapped. You can't move. So maybe a feeling of lack, which is something that can possibly come up from also that Black Moon Lilith in Taurus can be about a fear of lack. You might feel like you don't have money or you don't have stuff, material stuff. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. She is successful. She is smart. She is intelligent. She is a feng shui queen. She's making changes around the house. Speaking of the house, at the bottom of the deck, we now have the Four of Wands. So we have this two couple. Look, they're holding up their hand. They're successful. They're happy, joy with the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Even with all those, even having this Eight of Swords here and wondering like what's feeling like an obstacle, what's feeling like we're bound. Something could come up maybe during the week where you could feel like, I don't know how I'm going to maneuver this. I don't know how, but the Queen of Swords will figure it out. Okay. And, the Ace of Swords again is an indication of victory and success and clarity. So you'll get a clear mind, you'll get a clear head about you, and you'll know what to do best. And the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck is about happiness, success, joy, partnership, commitment, marriage, security. We need two more cards on money. Show us the money. Okay, well, it didn't fly out, but it is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So I'll take it for now. I'm going to put it back in the deck, but just to show you guys. That is a positive indication of, again, yeah, maybe we had been having some difficulty, but that's going away. We got the Knight of Swords upright. This is a decision. This is information. This is news coming in, positive news coming in right away. So it could be news of a new job, news of a promotion, news of money that's owed to us, something maybe in a traditional sense. So it could be, again, tapping into the romance. Maybe it's coming to us in a traditional manner, or it's tied somehow to our spirituality in some way, maybe through spiritual practice, maybe your spiritual business is taking off. That's something. Maybe you get, hired to do something having to do with your spiritual practice. So Three of Swords here. Maybe the money comes, or you come into some money in a traditional way that has to do with heartbreak or loss. So again, maybe because somebody passed away, or through divorce, or some other sort of dissolution of a contract or something. I had just had opened the deck sort of randomly. What's that? I felt something flip over. Hmm. Nine of Pentacles. We got the King of Swords here, another King of Swords. Four of Wands, otherwise stay at the bottom of the deck right now. And the card that flew out is another Four of Swords. So this too can have to do with a break, you needing a break, you wanting a break, maybe to go on vacation. With the Nine of Pentacles, you might have been worried about, how am I going to do it? How am I going to afford this? And this week you may either come into money, or realize maybe like you're over your books or something, or realize that something is possible, something is doable, and you're still going to be safe. You're still going to be secure. The universe has got you, or your partner's got you, or you've got you, or all of the above. Everything's going to be fine, and you can afford to take a break. You can afford to take a couple hours off of work, a day off of work, a week off of work, whatever it is. The bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, so another card of motion. Although in this deck, the Sphinx aren't moving, they're laying down. And the Emperor doesn't look like he's seated yet either. He's sort of standing up, so maybe he just got into the Chariot. So it might not actually take off yet, but this is a card of movement. And it's another card of victory also. Can be a card of travel. So again, Four of Wands, Chariot. You could be thinking about planning a trip, thinking about traveling, thinking about visiting somebody. And so that could be where your money is coming into play. Overall, this is a good week for money. It looks like we have the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles showing up. So even if you're, you feel like you're on your own, you can handle your own self. You're independent, and you're going to be fine. Somebody may be considering traveling solo, and maybe you were thinking like, can I do that? Do I have the funds to do it? Do I have the confidence to do it even? And, it looks like you're able to do that this week. I want to get now the masculine's perspective. What deck are we going to use for that? We've used 3 tarot decks already. And now I see the Twin Flame Oracle for the year. All right, go try it. We'll see how it comes out with this. Twin Flame Oracle. Opening first to the deception. So somebody could be wearing like a false mask. Maybe they haven't told you everything. Maybe they've been maybe they flat out lied, maybe you flat out lied. There's been deception, maybe both of you. Dishonesty, but there's a fresh start. Okay, opposite that deception is a fresh start. Somebody could be feeling alone, but again, there's a fresh start. Maybe you're starting out alone, Nine of Pentacles. Maybe you're getting back out there in the dating pool, or again, you're, going back to work. You're going to start traveling on your own. You're going to start doing things by yourself and learning how to, be alone with you. Opposite alone, we have denial. Somebody could be denying their feelings, repressed emotions, rejection, being unable to see below the surface. I was seeing something the other day, like 2 days ago, also about um like a masculine, I think it was, but really this could apply to anybody as far as I'm concerned. Like needing therapy and needing to be vulnerable enough to acknowledge that and and to realize like it's not a big deal. And if you don't want to go to an actual therapist, like I'm a licensed pastor. I'm not saying you're gonna come to me. I mean, you can. I welcome you to come to me, but that's not even a service I have posted. But maybe it should be. Um, anyway, I wasn't trying to make a job for myself. I was saying this, like, if you don't feel comfortable going to a therapist, if you feel like that means you're, crazy. I don't feel that way. I feel everybody could benefit from having somebody to talk to, a professional to talk to. But if you don't feel comfortable going to a psychologist or a psychiatrist or some other kind of therapist, then maybe there is a spiritual advisor, a pastor, a priest, a nun, a Buddhist, a whatever, an imam, whatever you feel comfortable, a rabbi talking to. Maybe you can try that route. Anyway, the bottom of the deck, we have transformation, breakthrough, reinvention. You're ready for the next level. So this is Scorpio energy, maybe tied to the Queen of Cups. Again, she is most directly a Scorpio, in addition to perhaps possibly being a Cancer or Pisces. Underneath that, we have perception, red flags, delusion, perspective, see through your own false beliefs. Then we have beliefs. Isn't that crazy? Right behind this card that talks about false beliefs, the next card is called beliefs. Similar or clashing beliefs. So maybe like two people either have the same beliefs or they have opposite beliefs, and either brings them closer together or tears them apart because it causes a problem. I was talking to somebody about something like that the other day. Oh, I was talking to somebody on my Facebook page about Virgos. So I had like described Virgos for him, and he was like, "Oh my God, like that's so right. My sister's a Virgo, and it's like on point." I don't know. Somehow we ended up talking about like my ex, my Virgo, and I was saying like of our in our birth charts, some stuff we have the same, we have a number of the same transits, like identical, and then other stuff is opposite. So we either totally get it and we totally come together like this, or sometimes like he's like we're complete opposites of each other. Divine timing. Clock is on 7 o'clock in this picture. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the street. All right, so that's Usher. That's not what I was going to talk about though. I'm going to talk about this group called After Seven because I've been hearing them a lot today. I'm not just today. I've been hearing them a lot, and then I heard them today. I didn't just hear them today. Um, I was watching a news video on TikTok, and then the next thing that came up was Babyface's brother, who was a member of After Seven. He was by himself. He was in his house or something, and he started singing the song. Um, oh shit, what is the fucking song? It's about wanting to provide. I will be. Oh, like I'll give you the sun, the moon, something, the stars and the mountains. I'll give you the world and all that you reach for. He's going to give her everything. He's going to provide, or him everything. But whoever he's talking to, and even more. He is talking to a woman because he says, "Girl, I love you more than words can show." He says, "I will be your earth." So King of Pentacles that we saw in the beginning, maybe could be specific. But anyways, the group is called After Seven, and when I saw that, I don't know, maybe think about July or something like that. Like, oh, maybe like after the seventh month or something. It's when things are going to happen and change. But look at this clock; it's on 7 o'clock, so it just reminded me about the After Seven. Anyway, let's see what the masculine has to say. So the first card will be the divine feminine's energy, and it's receive. We need to be in an energy of receiving, open to receiving, not blocking it away, not creating self-sabotage because we slip into fear. Be open-minded, be abundant, be ready. It is your time to receive divine feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. Memory. So he is being nostalgic, like the Six of Cups indicates. Six of Cups we just saw. Nostalgia, repetition, attachment, reliving the past, but like you shouldn't hold on to the past, too tightly, because you want to be in the present and you want to move to the forward, to the future. So let the past go, but keep your positive memories. The masculine as it relates to himself. Travel. He might be wanting to come see you. I told you, bring you a gift or travel with you, or move again, move or move with you, have you move into his house. All these things is what I was seeing. Movement, meeting, adventure. Be ready for new experiences. I love this so far. The masculine as it relates to the union or connection as a whole. Come on, give me another good one. Outcome. Okay, I don't know what that means. Results. Okay, I like that. Results, conclusion, ending. You will get a resolution. So maybe if you've been feeling like, are we on the same page? Like, where are we? What's happening here? You will get an answer. You will get clarity. You will get a resolution. Overall, feminine. Your divine feminine, you. So if you're the masculine, then you're divine feminine, or if you're the feminine, you are seeking your twin or soulmate. So that's our energy. So if we're sending out the energy, we got to be ready again to receive when it comes. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection if it were up to him? Summer. So bright, happy, festive, ready to travel, ready to have fun. It's time to see the sunny side, and your answers come in summer. So maybe that resolution, that outcome comes in summer, maybe in July, right after 7 or at 7 o'clock, the seventh month. I don't know. What energy is the masculine like bringing himself to the party right now? Ooh, okay. It is loss of self and identity, and a need to discover his true self again. So he may have been through something, or he may be going through something right now where there is loss, where there is like I said, like a judgment of something, a legal situation or a contractual something, that there is going to be some loss. There's going to be happiness to end. There's going to be outcome. We saw that in not just this spread, the way it's forming, but in the previous spreads. There's going to be, I said in that first spread that it may involve, whatever it was, may involve some loss. So like you may have, although the outcome was positive, because in that spread we had the 9 and the 10 of cups. What energy the union? I'm sorry. What energy the universe or God would have both archetypes, both parties, masculine and feminine, give to the union or connection, and wants to help us with? Right? What does God want to help us with? Journal. Write, process, contemplate to understand your sacred journey. The universe wants to help us to understand our sacred journey. Um, Speaking of outcome, what will be the outcome of this by the next major moon phase, which should be the full moon in Sagittarius. Came out in reverse. There are no reversals in this deck technically, but I'm mentioning that, because it may have meaning in reverse for somebody. But the card is Crossroad. So maybe by the full moon in Sagittarius, you will have already come to this crossroad and made a decision. Maybe that's why it's in reverse. Divergent paths. So maybe you will have already made a choice as to which path you're going to go down. Choices, confusion. Follow your intuition is the instruction. And one more for the road. We got family, kids, opinions, judgment. Resolve family stress, get support. So that could be about the therapy. I mean, that was a random card that I pulled. I'd already done the spread. But get support. There's opinions, maybe opinions about what you're doing or what you've done or what you want to do. And there's judgment. Maybe something having to do with your children, maybe coming from your children. Maybe they're not little children, maybe they're grown, maybe they're teenagers. Whatever it is, there's somebody needs to resolve family stress. Maybe you're the kid. Maybe this big elephant is the mature woman, and that's who's been judgy and self-righteous and causing you stress, and you got to straighten something out with them. There's transformation in all the issues that we just or areas that we just talked about. Again, some things maybe have to do with belief and tradition, and so maybe you're gonna have to switch it up. um Maybe things have always been this way, but I got to do it this way for my life. That's gonna be the change. Maybe that comes to somebody. I just want last thing, if I can find them, see what the Ascended Masters have to say about us navigating this moon energy over the next 2 weeks. I was guided to use these cards last week, I think it was, and I didn't. And I didn't want to because I didn't want to see anything about death, and I felt that I was going to, and it came anyway. I don't know about you guys, but um, my friend lost her mother. She was 100. So, and what I'm seeing, the people that are being lost, they're much older. Um, and that happens in eclipse season, which we've been in, and it happens with these, major moon phases too. Um, she lost her mother. Her mother was 100. Her husband had to go to Florida because his brother died, so he left her here. And while he was there with his deceased brother, planning the funeral, setting that up, her mother died. So she was alone. She was without him when her mother died. Then, our mutual friend, so the woman that lost her mother and brother-in-law, she and I have a mutual friend who's also much older, and he died. Then there's somebody else, and of course, there's been the celebrities also that always tend to go at these times. So there was Brown. Jim Brown, the former NFL player slash civil rights activist, and there was an author or something that I saw. So all the people are old. I mean, not that loss is loss; it's difficult. Um, but all the people that I've been seeing have it happen that have been lost are older people. Anyway, let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say about us navigating this energy this week and or the next 2 weeks with the moon and or Black Moon Lilith and Taurus. Hmm. All right, I'll take them off the top. At the bottom of the deck, we have freedom. Let it go. So something maybe like the Four of Pentacles, something been holding on tight to. Again, you may have to be willing to let go, to release something in order for something else to come in. We could be holding on to some sort of grudge, or not forgiving. I posted about that this week too. Something said, "Stop forgiving everybody" and whatever. And I posted like, I disagree with that. Forgiving is for us. Maybe don't forget. You can remember. You can keep it in the back of your mind. This happened at one time, but release like the painful energy that you're holding on to about it, because that's just causing you stress. That's not hurting the other person. Nurture yourself. Mother Mary has to say to us. Also, we have here spiritual law of attraction. So this is going to be a period of manifestation. Clear and shield your energy. Let's do that first before we work on the manifestation. All right, so that only positive energy is coming through. And then we have health and healing with Valerian. And lastly, retreat into nature. So if you're able to, go outside, put your feet in the grass or some sand or the water, or, you can get grounded in some kind of way, spending time in nature, doing things in nature, the flowers. I don't know. I'm seeing like bees and butterflies. Somebody emailed me about bees the other day too. Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. Um, uh, yeah, it was a divine feminine asking about what I felt about it, if it was connected to ascension or something. And um, yeah, the green man is a card of abundance too, and so that may be a means of attracting it. Yeah, I laid it down here incidentally under the spiritual law of attraction card, and maybe a means of attracting abundance is going to be by spending time out in nature. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a good week. I'll be back next week. Some of this energy is going to be at least the next 2 weeks. Namaste.